Hey guys, I'm LQ. This is the LQ Review, and we're here to review Jessica Jones Season 3, Episode 5. And two big takeaways from this. Number one, Hogarth is a horrible person. Jerry Hogarth is a horrible, despicable person. Everybody in Jessica Jones is a bad person, by the way. But Hogarth takes it to a new level. And number two, Salinger is turning into a legit bad guy. Somebody to be reckoned with. So let's go back to the Hogarth thing. We know that Hogarth decided, out of jealousy for Kith, she decided to release the information that she had on Peter, to ruin Peter's life. Peter cannot convince Kith that he didn't do these things, so he takes his own life. Gets in the bathtub, slits his wrist, and takes his own life. But in the process, he creates a case video against Hogarth. He tells the world that Hogarth tells the world what she's doing, how she protects superpowered people, how she's got them at her beck and call, and he dies right there on camera as he's making a case against Hogarth. Hogarth tries to reach out to Kith, and Kith says, "Leave me alone. Never talk to me again." This is going to continue to have repercussions as we get further into the show. Now, we know that Trish and Jessica Jones, they stake out Salinger, and they find out that Salinger has been watching Eric's sister, who turns out to be a prostitute. Jessica Jones decides to have Malcolm keep an eye on Eric's sister. He's not able to do it for long because the sister's pimp shows up and takes her away, so Malcolm wasn't able to help for long. But I have a feeling that we're going to have a dead sister pretty soon. If we don't have a dead Eric. I'll get to that in a minute. So Trish and Jessica, they're kind of starting to work on that relationship, repair that relationship. At one point in the episode, Trish even tells Jessica, "I wish I didn't kill your mom." They're working on repairing that relationship. And there's still some fighting, there's still some arguing, there's still some bickering because they're still at odds with each other. This was the first episode where I kind of liked Trish a little bit. I still think she's an annoying character. An incredibly annoying character. But this episode, I was like, okay, she's showing some redeeming qualities. And she's actually able to rescue Jessica towards the end of this episode. Jessica sets off a Salinger trap, and Trish is able to rescue her. So there was some redeeming qualities for Trish in this episode. However, like I said a minute ago, Salinger's still on the offensive. Because Eric's in trouble now. By the way, I don't really care for the Eric character that much. You know, he's a superhero who gets headaches around bad people. That's his superpower, getting headaches around bad people. I get headaches around jerks. So, I don't know. But, and I thought it was really interesting when he told Jessica that he's getting a headache around Malcolm. That might play out as the season progresses. Is Malcolm really the good person that he says he is? My guess is yes. But he's not a good person. Nobody in this show is a good person. But does he have the good intentions that he says he does? My guess is he does. And that Eric was off base. But that was an interesting touch. And I want to see if that plays out at all. But Eric gets taken by Salinger at the end of the episode. And that's going to either A, set up Eric's death, or B, it's going to set up another rescue operation from Jessica and Trish to go get Eric out. By the way, Salinger is shaping up to be, if not a boring villain, which he is a little boring. It is interesting that he wants to take out superheroes, but he's still a little boring of a villain. But at the same time, formidable. A boring yet formidable villain. That's kind of what I'm getting out of Salinger right now. This episode took a couple interesting turns with the Eric storyline and the Hogarth storyline. But mostly it was a bit of a step down from the last episode. I like the last episode a little more. This episode just kind of seemed to be keeping status quo. You know, it didn't ramp up the tension. It didn't really ramp down the tension either. It just kept it kind of the same. Peter's death was a little shocking to me. But in hindsight, it was completely expected. And outside of Peter's death and Eric's abduction, not a whole lot really happened here other than the Trish and Jessica Jones interpersonal friendship play. So this episode kind of just stayed the same. Next episode, episode 6, I will be looking for it to take another leap up. Hopefully it does. But that's where I'm at on this episode. It was just kind of the same, kind of kept things going as they were, and with a couple interesting things thrown in there. What do you think of episode 5? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you for being here at the LQ Review, where we talk about all the geeky, nerdy stuff that we love to talk about. Until next time, we'll see you later.